Hello everyone and welcome. It's another Webinar Wednesday. My name is Rickard Carneborn and I will be talking a lot and monitoring the screen. In this webinar, we're going to focus on our federation platform today. I hope to see a lot of our organizers joining in. If you are here, please let us know in the comments. Write that you are here so we can see that you can hear us and that you can see us. We will talk about an hour. Usually we run these webinars for about an hour. And I will be joined soon by our CTO, Martin Johnson. He is joining us on Skype. So I will be going over some of the aspects of the federation platform, and then Martin will talk about some other stuff. So please let us know that you are here. If you have friends that you think should see this webinar, then please share this news, ping them on Facebook and let them know that we are live and running. So without further ado, I would like to welcome my good friend, my partner and Smoothcomp's CEO, Martin Johnson on Skype.
Hi guys, happy to be here again. I'll be talking the second half today about the federation platform, and I will let Rickard start. And look forward to your questions taking all your questions at the end.
Great. I already see that we have Damien from Newbreed is here. We have some other organizers here as well. Hello, Johan. Johan from the Swedish Judo Federation is here. We have George is here. So yeah, good to see that we already have some viewers. And we also have our CTO, Martin Varghult. He is in the chat. So if you have any questions while we talk, then just let him know, and then he will try to answer all your questions in the chat. So that's it. As I said, we will be talking about an hour. We will have some dedicated time in the end. If you have other questions that is not concerning the federation platform, so we can go over those at the end. And then we also have a very good offer for you. So make sure to stick around to the end, because we have a really nice offer for new customers that are interested in the federation platform. Yes, that's the intro. So now I would like to share my screen. And I gonna give you kind of like some context about the federation platform. Right now, the federation or company platform is used by federations and companies all over the world. We have big companies in the US, in Australia, in Sweden, that is using the federation platform to kind of highlight their events on Smoothcomp. So if you want to really make sure that your events stick out in the pretty big event calendar now, you should get a federation platform, because it makes your event be on a subdomain, so you could have yourbrand.smoothcomp.com. So if you run more than one event per year, then the federation platform is absolutely something that would benefit your organization. So the whole idea behind the federation platform is to give organizers a way to create events. You can have one organizer doing all the events, or you can actually distribute all your events. We have some customers doing that, so they have different organizers running events under the umbrella of the federation or under the company. So while I'm sharing my screen, I'd like to show you how that could work. So I have created an organizer here called Organizer 1. And you are probably familiar with this screen. This is your organizer page. And if I scroll down here, I can see a tab saying Federations. And under Federation, there is a code. And it is this code that you can connect your organizer with the federation platform. If you think this is hard to do, then just send us an email, support@smoothcomp.com, and we will help you to make the connection between the organizer and the federation. But it's really easy. I would just go copy this code, and then I would head up to the federation admin, and then under organizations, I would paste the code here. And as I said in the beginning, there can be only one organizer if that's how you run your events, or you can actually have several different organizers running events. So in my example here, I have Smoothcomp when we have two different organizers here. And these are the organizers that I have allowed access to run events under the umbrella of my organization. I can also go in and remove access just by clicking one of the links, and then I could remove this organization from my federation. So that's the start. You make sure that the organizer is connected to the federation platform. Regarding the actual payments to use Smoothcomp, or the credits that we use, you can have this in two different ways. Either you can have one wallet that covers all the organizers, or you can actually have each separate organizer having their own wallet. So that's up to you how you want to kind of structure everything. Wallets are either for the organizer or for the federation, or for each organizer. We also suggest that you activate your auto refill. That is a way for the system to automatically add 10 or 50 or 100 credits when you run low, so you don't have to think about it. So just a tip for you, that activate auto refill. So once the connection is made between the organizers and the federation, then you could start, the organizers can start creating their events. So if I go over here in the federation admin and then I go to events, you can see that we have some events created here already. And from this view, from the federation events view, I see all the events in my federation. If I click here on event page, it will take me to that specific event. I can see the start date here. I can see who is the organizer. There's a setting that says either to automatically approve the event. So as soon as an organizer or you create the event, it's automatically approved. But you can actually even have an approval process. So the organizer can create the event, and then you can kind of check that everything is as it should, and then you can approve it. You can even reject it here. This is used, for example, here in Sweden by our Swedish Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation. They use this so that the organizers creates event, then the federation makes sure that the event is sticking to the standards, and then they can approve it or reject it. Another really good feature is that you can create a template. So imagine this: you have your federation, you have several organizers, and then you have a way to make sure that your ranking, and Martin will talk more about the ranking soon, that your ranking is working properly. Then you need all organizers to use a template, and you don't want them to alter the template. You want them to use the exact template, and then you can make one of the events a template. So if I were to click here, use as a template, now you see that I have a template called Webinar Demo Original. And if I go back to my organizer, the organizer 1, and then I create a new event here, and then I'll just name it test, and then I click next. Then I will choose a country, a city, and then just go over some dates here. This is the process of creating a new event. So if you haven't done this, now you see how it works. And then when I go here, what happened there? All right, that's typical. It's the demo, so maybe I haven't configured everything. But here I would be able to choose that template. So when I set up my event, it will automatically create the event from the template with all the weight classes and all the belts and all the age classes and everything. So very helpful and very useful to use templates. Martin, you're still there? Yes. Yeah. Just going back here, making sure that you are listening. We have some people joining in. I can see that, which is great. So, yeah, once the organizer is set up and he has created his event, he needs to connect his event also to the federation. So let's say that I have an event here, my webinar Wednesday demo. Then I would have a link here at the end that says federation. And when I go here, you can see that the primary federation that I am connected to is Webinar Wednesday. So this event will be shown in the federation platform. An organizer could actually run events both in the federation and outside of the federation. In my case, for example, I run events on several different federations. Here in Sweden, I have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, I have a Sport Jiu-Jitsu Federation, and I could run events in a kickboxing federation or whatever. So I could actually distribute my events over these different federations, and that will be done here from the Federations tab. Then we have something called seasons. So I'm just going to show you here how this works, and then Martin will talk a little bit more about it. But here I have a season created. Actually, the season is created on the Federation platform. So we created a season of 2020. And I also have something called categories. So if I want this specific event to be a part of the season of 2020, then I need to make that connection here. I could also put in like a category. So let's say that you run national events and then you have international events. You could make that selection here for this event. Once again, going back just to show you what that does to the actual federation platform. So if I go to my first page here, you can see the federation platform, and then you see the different events. And if I click filter here, I could actually filter for season of 2020, or I could filter for a category. So maybe I just want to see all the national events or the international events, then I would use the filter for that. I could search my event here at the start. If I have a lot of events, I just type in a search, Webby, and then it just lists all the events starting with webinar. Yes. And then I'd like to show one more thing, and that's regarding a feature that was highly requested, and we're very happy now that we have it. And it's something we call credentials or ID badges or ID cards. So if you run a big event and you have the need for printing credentials, maybe you have a specific area for only this type of fighters, or you have restricted areas, you could actually print credentials. This feature is part of the Federation Premium package. So here in my event, I will just make a small filtration. I will search for all the men, and then I will click toggle all. And then here at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that. Hold on, just let me zoom out a little bit. Here you go. Here there's a button saying credentials. So if I click credentials, it will take me to this new page. And it takes a while because there was a lot of men. It's very important that don't just take all of them at once, because that's a lot of data to process for our servers, and you might run into small problems.
Actually, this is a limitation because you generate a PDF file, so it's hard to handle for your browser.
Yeah.
So the PDF file might be very big if you try to generate 800 credentials at once. So it's good to take them out in batches.
Yeah. Actually, I might have picked a pretty big selection here, so it takes a while. I'm just going to let that spin for a while. So what the credentials does is that it gives you, for each fighter, you get like a badge. It says their name. If they have added a picture to their profile, you even get the picture in the badge, and you can use that and then print it, put it in like a plastic folder, maybe use a keyband, and then the fighters will have it, and then they can get access to whatever areas you are restricting. Let me see what happened here.
Maybe
actually
redo it with a
yeah, I'm gonna redo that. Just take girls and then just go 19 kilos, and here credentials.
Toggle all. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't.
I think you need to toggle all again. I didn't see the checkbox come through.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is live, so anything can happen. Here we go. All right, here we go. So here you can see it takes the picture from the top of the event automatically, and then it puts the name. It puts the is that the academy, I guess? Yeah, no, the country. Yeah. And then birthday, country, and different entries, the weights and the belts they have, and then you can just print this, and then distribute them maybe at the weigh-in or something. So yeah, that's kind of like the start. It's the organizer connecting their event to the federation platform, creating their events, and what you can do from the event side. I'm gonna leave it to you, Martin, now, because I would be interested to hear what you have to say about the actual federation and the federation platform settings. So take it away.
So we're moving over to see how we handle our federation page. If you look at the very top of the page, you will see the menus. If you scroll up even higher, you will see the I think you need to zoom out the browser.
Yeah.
At the very top is your personal menu for reaching your account and everything like that, and you also have a button that says Federation Admin, and we're going to go there later, but I just want to cover the public pages of your Federation platform. So if you look right beneath the banner, you have from left to right a set of buttons. Right now the first one says events, and that's where we are. Here you have upcoming events and you have past events, and the button that says your events shows you events that you are involved in, that you have registered for. So from the events page, we can see past events, and from the events page we can move over to the membership. This is an optional feature on the Federation platform. If you like, you can offer memberships on individual as well as academy level. In this case, this is the overview over the academy memberships. If you click register academy, Rickard, we will show how it looks for the customers that are here to buy your federation plan. So this is the academy membership for 100 euros for 1 year, and small information what it's about. And we have terms of service that they have to agree before they enter your platform. Membership can also be on the individual side. Yeah, this is just choosing academy. Of course, you'll be able to pick the academies that you are manager for and pay the membership for that. The checkout goes to the Stripe account or the PayPal account that you have set up in your Federation admin. We will cover that later. You can just show the individual membership as well. As I said, all these memberships are optional, and you can also demand how they should be used in regards to registering for events. Like, do you need an active membership? Do you need to have paid and everything? So here I have decided to charge for the adults and have the junior membership free. I can join the adult because I am above 18 years old, but since I am above 18 years old, it says not available on the junior membership. and it tells me that I'm out of the age range. I cannot choose the junior membership. So that's one way to set it up to simplify, to simplify for your customers how to choose the right membership. You can set up a news page, also here in the top menu, and it looks like it has the latest news here. It says that we are about halfway through. We will do ranking updates shortly, so that's also spot on. Here you can of course communicate with your members as you see fit. If you open up one of these, you will be able to see, go back to the lowest one, I think it's easier, and you can just show them the editor of the news. So this is a post about membership. Rickard has a pen to the left hand side. I don't think we could see it because of the zoom of the browser, but on the left hand side there's a pen and there's an editor, and now there's a red X up there. Rickard can enter any text, he can add pictures, add videos and everything, and save directly on the page. So it's very convenient to work in for you. You can use bold text or italic or left or right side of the text, whatever you want to do. And saving is on the checkbox on the left hand side. So that's pretty convenient. We also have normal pages you can add. I added an about us. Since we are not getting any younger, I thought I could enter a picture of myself as the Grandmaster here. So basically like tell your customers about your businesses, about what you want to achieve, and how is the tournament regulated, how does the ranking work. You can add as many pages as you like, as many sections as you like. So it's a good way to communicate about your company here or your federation. And to the far right, the last of the public pages in this case is the ranking side. So I set up only 2 ranking lists here. This is not limited to 2. You can set up as many as you like. You can even paginate the pages to display more. So this is just the best academy and a best beginner athlete. And I will show you how to set it up shortly. You can see the whole ranking list or just look at the overview. So this is an example of the available public pages, and if we go now to the very top of the menu and go to the Federation Administration, at the far left it says Content, and that is where you edit those menus that we just visited. So if Rickard drags About Us below ranking and press save, you will see that the menu will update instantly. If you want to remake the menu, you can drag About Us and put it behind membership, and it will be in a sub-level to the membership menu. So if Rickard hovers there now, he has moved it over. I thought so.
I missed it.
So here you can rearrange as you please. It's up to you how you want to build the CMS part of the page. It's quite easy to use. Okay, so back to the admin. That's the content. Here you can use a news page or a ranking page or events page, and mix it as you like.
I've seen a lot of organizers actually like leaving their normal page. When we added in this option, you don't have the need for a normal web page. Actually is pretty much eliminated, because you can have the updates like Martin told you about the news, and you can build any page you like. So I know the Arizona Jiu-Jitsu Federation, they have this amazing page with a lot of really cool links, and they've really taken advantage of the CMS.
Yeah, that's right. So if we go left to right in the top menu, we started with content. We're going to academies, and I think we touched touched base on this before, but basically if you have an academy that is registered member, they will show up on this list, and they can have, as you see on the far right, different statuses. They can be approved members, and they can have an active payment period. And these here could be set to pending or rejected or whatever, and that is by the click with the mouse here directly. So approved or pending basically means that as they register for membership, they show up as pending. You will check them out and you will approve them or not. When they paid, they will get an active payment plan or an expired. So I will show you when we come to the settings sections, I will show you how we can control access to events depending on these statuses, if they have paid or not, if they are approved or not. And it will be up to you how you run your events, how you will have those settings. If you click an academy, you will get contact info about this academy. You will have the same controls where you can change the status, or you can change the plan, or you can check the expired date or whatever. You can add notes on the academy. You will see who is a appointed manager of the academy if you need to contact them on the bottom right. And there's a link out to the public academy page on the blue button on the top right, where you can access their front page that everyone on Smoothcomp has. They have their own academy page for free. So here you can visit their page and see how that looks, if you want them to be part of your federation or not. Yeah, so that's basically it about academies. And we have more or less the same structure on members. If we go to members, you will also see a list of members that are either pending, approved, or rejected, and you will see payment plans that are active or not. If we open up the first member here, you will see his data. You will be able to change his status, add a comment. You can reject his membership and comment like, your profile picture doesn't meet our standard, and they will need to update it back, and you will be able to approve them manually before it's okay. Or they should provide documents. You can demand that they provide proof of insurance or something else, and then you can approve them once the documents are in and it looks all right. In the overview of the members, you can filter and you can look out, so you find what you need to check out. If you can check for pending members, for instance, that would be a good start of the day if you run a large federation and you have many applications coming in. You can filter out all your pending members, and you can see, what do I have to do today? I need to go over any pending members and see if I can approve their membership or not. Or you can see expired payment plans, and you can send out notifications or what you need to do. You can also add members here on the green button on the top right. So if they have a Smoothcomp account, they will, or if you have their email address and add it and they have a Smoothcomp account, you will be able to add them directly into your federation platform here. You can set the expiry date of the plan, and you can choose what plan they should have. Since you're administrator, you'll be able to add any plan, of course. Yeah, so I think that's it about the members overview. If we go to organizations, I think Rickard already covered it, but let's just do a quick revisit.
Yeah, can I just go back one more thing, Martin?
Sure.
It's about the actual member and the membership card. Or should we cover that now?
Yeah, sure, please do.
So I have Daniel LaRusso. Everybody remember him, the Karate Kid. He is a member, and he has a member card here. So I could actually click here. It says view here, and it will take me to his member card. It's pretty small here on the screen, but here he is, looking good. So you could actually print this as well, and then that's his membership card in your federation. So just so you know, it's both on event level, but also on your federation members level.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, and of course, here's the contact info. If they uploaded any documents, it should be here as well. I don't think we demanded documents on this upload. If you scroll to the bottom, it should be a section profile image and academy connection. No, download file. Yeah, okay, exactly. We have medical certificate. So upon sign up, we have required them to upload a file for them to sign a medical certificate. So you can download, view it, and see how it looks directly. So I think we can move on. So the organization's overview was already covered. Here you can add organizers from the code. That was the first thing Rickard covered today. In the top right, you can paste the code, or you can reject an organizer. Let's say you have stopped your cooperation with an organizer and you need to remove them from your federation. Here is where you do it. The next page is the ranking page, and if you're an organizer since before, that will be a familiar view to you. A ranking list on the federation level and on the event level is actually very much the same. You will build a ranking list, as I have done. If you open up best beginner athlete, I have made a ranking list that is supposed to include all white belts and all beginners. And to make this list work, all the events that are in the federation and run events with me must use the same template, as Rickard said. On the templates, it will be where it's defined if the division is called white belt, or if it's called branca, or if it's called something else. So if I have a multitude of names for the same thing, like white belt, beginner, fascia branca, and whatever, I need to make rules for all of this. So the list will be very long, and the rules will be very hard to monitor. So in order to make your ranking work, your organizers should use a template, and the events should be the same. The organizers should also be instructed not to meddle with their templates, not to remove belts because they wanted to have combined belts. All these adaptations are 100% possible without removing those categories. They can move players to the same division, they can do as they like, but they shouldn't mess up the template, the entry system. Can you go quickly just to an entry system at an event, Rickard, to show more clear what we're talking about?
Yeah, sure.
So for instance, this is one of our most common support issues for federations, so it might be good to emphasize it. If we go into one of the entries that is called men, it is built up by different entries here, different classes here. So we have belt, age, weight. That's the normal, like skill, age, weight. Almost all martial arts have these divisions. As you see on belt, it says white, blue, purple, brown, and black. That is what the ranking lists are looking for. Is a player registered in the white division? If they are, they will collect the results. If they were in the white belt at first, but the organizer changed them to blue, they will no longer be on the white ranking list. If they were in adult but got moved to master, or actually the value got moved from adult to master, then the results will disappear from the ranking list. To clarify this further, let's go to the registrations view of this event and just filter out men, adult, or something. We scroll down and zoom in. You will see on each player the information of what they registered to is white, adult 57 on the top name. If you edit this, the ranking list will read what you have changed it to. You can keep this information and move the players to a different division if you want them to have the results, or you edit it if you want them not to have the results of that division. So this is important to have in mind, important to instruct the organizers to to follow the template and don't change the entry system that is in the template.
So this is actually the registration information. Might be good to realize that. So if you alter anything here, you're changing their registration. So as Martin said, don't do that. You can keep that information and then just move them instead. Especially important if you have a ranking system in the Federation platform.
Okay, let's go back to the ranking overview. So yeah, here's the list. From top to bottom, you give the ranking list a name. This is called Best Beginner Athlete. We check, this is a participant list, and I have decided to have it not divided on continents. It's only one global list for my whole platform. I can use exceptions. This is a newly added feature. Oh, sorry, season. Correct, Richard? We can add if this ranking is for the season of 2020, or if you want to make all-time top list. As it was configured today, it was just an all-season top list. But it could be changed like that, and only events with that season will be included in the ranking. Exceptions. This is newly added, so we can choose not to give points if the participants in the actual match in the bracket are from the same academy or affiliation. So this is to confirm to, for instance, IBF rules. If you're competing against your teammate, the points won't be included in the best academy rankings. So that's an optional feature for you to use, and you can later choose to publish the list. We also have categories here, so you can choose this to be a national ranking list, international ranking list, or what we want to use. So this is the categories here are adult or kids in this place.
Actually, I need to correct you there, Martin, because these are the categories for the ranking. So I can go over that later, but it's a newly added feature that makes your ranking list kind of divide themselves into different categories. But let's talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's so big now, so okay. even you don't know everything, and even
I can't believe that's true. Okay, so yeah, and this was an athlete list. I created two lists on this mock-up federation, so the other list is for an academy, but this is really much the same as you see on the event ranking list. It works the same. You can see when it was updated last. It will be updated every time someone publishes a result on an event that is connected to your federation. So you don't need to press the publish button. When the results are published, it will update here. So remember, that's the key, really. If an organizer has forgotten to update the results, then the ranking lists will show the old information. Like even if the bracket is scored, it's when the results are published that the lists are updated.
While we're here, I can mention this categories. It's a new feature, and I built just a small structure here. So if you have a lot of ranking lists, let's say you run a big federation and you have black belts, brown belts, purple belts, blue belts. You have female, male, you have kids. There's a lot of lists. So I'm actually going to open one of our great organizers, 5 Grappling, just to show you how this is set up. So he has a lot of ranking lists, as you can see here. There's a lot of lists here, and trying to find the list that I'm interested in could be kind of hard since everything is on the first page. So what we've done is we created a category called Adult Athlete Ranking. So if I click here, it will take me to kind of a section of the ranking. And then I can even go further and say, okay, just show me the female black belts. So there's a breadcrumb here that I see that I started in rankings. I'm looking at the 2019 season, and then now I'm looking at the female black belts. So this is a really nice way for your ranking to be more structured and to give the viewers an easier way to, because everybody's interested in their ranking. They don't care about the others, so they just want to see, okay, show me my ranking, and then you can just go in here, filter for adults, and then search for your belt, for example. So just a small explanation about the categories here. It's very easy to build them. You create like a parent, and then you just click the plus sign next to it here, and then you can create childs within. That's the naming of this kind of structure. There's a parent, and then you have the child values. So yeah, that was categories. Over to you, Martin.
Perfect, thanks. And from left to right, the next section we also already covered. It's the event section. Here we are soon to launch a digital competition license in Sweden, where this section will get more updates, but more information about that later. But as Rickard said, here is where you can approve or reject an event. You can see the event, you can make templates and all the stuff that you need to control from a federation perspective about the events here. But the last part now is the settings button on your federation, and here I can imagine different federation, different companies will have very different settings on this menu. If we start on the top, it's just the name of your federation, and second one is your subdomain. That should not be changed back and forth. That should be what you choose it to be, and then keep it that way. Of course, it will be the address to your page. So please don't update this frequently. You can choose a default language when first-time visitors comes to your site and they haven't chosen a language yet. So you can choose from the languages that we have translated. And I think after that is basically the header image. We get a lot of questions about the size of the header image. This is an image file that is this is a banner that is intended to be a large image. So it will resize according to the device or screen you are using when you watch the page. So just go for a nice looking large image and see how it works on different devices. So next step is your billing section. Here you have an overview over your paid invoices at the bottom. You can see what credit card you are using at the top right. Okay, so here, to follow Rickard's mode, if we stay on the bottom, that's the company information that we need for our bookkeeping, so please keep that correct. At the top you can see what credit card you are using, and you can update and change that card if you like. You see what subscription you have. We have a very nice feature here where you can actually change plan at any time during the month, and you will actually pay exactly for what you use. So let's say you're going from premium down to basic, you will immediately be charged for basic even parts of the month instead of being billed for the whole month. So you can actually try premium for a day and go back again, up and down like that as you like. It actually shows on the September 16th invoice that is a different amount. You can cancel your subscription for here. Yeah. So this is your overview of the billing. The next step, payment settings. That is needed in order to collect money from your members. So I covered the member sections before about individual members or academy members. If you want to charge them, this is where you input your payment credentials. In this case, we have put in our Stripe credentials, but it could be in PayPal or any of the providers that we offer you to use on the organizer page.
Whoops.
So it's, yeah, sorry.
That was me.
So this is the same view as you have on your organizer page, but you will need to enter it again, and this is where you collect your membership fees. It's not the event fees, it's the membership fees. So let's say the federation should have also the money from the events, then your information for payment should be on the organizer page as well.
And this is not actually our real
It's our
Stripe
test
keys.
account.
Yeah, just so you know.
And then plans. Here's where we set up the plans. If you click Academy membership, easy enough. You just name the membership to something and you write a description, you set the price, and you choose if it should be a yearly membership, if it should be a one-time fee, if it should expire on the day of purchase, 1 year from today, or expire on a specific date. You can also choose to have age rules, although that doesn't make much sense on an Academy membership, I might add, but on the individual membership I set that up. So if you back out and check the individual ones, you'll see how I put that out. So here we have the junior membership from 0 to 18 years old. So when the members come there, they will only be eligible for the correct type of membership that I have set up. So of course, some might want to have yearly memberships. It's from the 1st of January to the 31st of December, and some wants to offer it 1 year from the day you pay. It will be completely up to you. I think if you check on the settings on the Academy plans, next to, if you move the cursor, you can also choose how you want to use your membership numbers. If you see at the bottom, it says membership number preview. If Rickard types test in the top membership profile, it says test 1. It could be Academy 1, for instance. Oops.
I did an oopsie.
Yeah. So Academy 1, or you can start with membership start number on 10,000 maybe. So the first number that is given out is 10,000, for instance. So you have the preview down there, and these prefixes will be set up on your membership numbers if you prefer. And the same, either plan, it could be on Academy or on user, it's going to be the same on the settings. If we go to membership, here's a user data page. You might recognize that from the event level as well, where the event organizer decides what data he wants to collect from the participants on the respective events. Here, you as the federation do the same. You decide what information you want to collect from the members. So you can choose that you need birth date, gender, you need everybody to have a profile image or a cover image or whatever you like. So here you can set, you must have phone, address, zip, city or whatever. Just think about data privacy laws so you don't automatically click everything. You need to have good grounds why you need
just
to
gonna go everything here.
Just collect what you need, but it will be in your terms of service, of course, how you collect how and why you collect the information, what you need it for. You can even add custom data besides this. Rickard has set up this event here to require, the federation membership here to require medical certificate. So anybody that wants to apply should upload a file. And in the description, Rickard says what kind of file it is he wants. Upload medical certificate not older than 1 year. And the required...
I could even ask a question here, and then instead of going for file, I can just go for options. So I could have yes and no answers here, and then require the athletes to answer that question. So it's very flexible in that sense that I could add everything from uploading a file to options and even just free text. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you set up the membership. What you need from your members in order to handle your database. Next step here will be settings, and if I am right now, yeah, this is also kind of a preview of what we will do in the license situation. Here is it says pre-selected Swedish personal number. So basically, this is not launched yet, only halfway. So we can leave it at that. It will update the membership feature on the Federation platform moving forward, starting with the Swedish Federation. But okay, let's proceed. And yeah, you have individual memberships, and you might want to cancel those membership for some reason. And in this case, I have a status that said disciplinary suspension. So I could suspend a member because of any reason I like. I can have a disciplinary suspension here, or as the Swedish Federation will do further on, it will be suspended from membership because of knockout or head injury. So they can be put in suspension or quarantine, or what you call it, to prevent them from participating in competitions for a certain period of time. Let's say you want to suspend them for 6 months or 3 weeks or whatever. That's the tool we are implementing here. So let's move over to information. Yeah, okay, that's just terms of service for your membership. So you can set up your own terms of service in order to be part of the Federation here. It will be in free text, and we will save the information that they have agreed to your terms of service when they register. And now the last but most important part. This is the event settings.
Martin,
yep.
Just before we proceed, I just see a lot of really nice comments. We have UK BJ here, and they just added a really nice pro tip here.
Yep.
It's is it Mike maybe? I think so, yeah. It says tip for membership numbers: use leading zeros. They started with 1 instead of 001, and it's hard to sort by membership numbers. So yeah, a really good pro tip here from UKBJ. They've been using their platform for quite some time now, so it's a really pro tip. Thanks for that. If you have questions, you can just hit them to Martin in the chat. How come you don't have a mobile app? Well, we have a responsive page, as Martin said, but we're actually working on a mobile app. This is very, very exciting for us. We had 3 days of planning. It was 2 weeks ago that we really made the kind of the whole project of the mobile app. So it's coming. It's coming. You heard it here first, and it's gonna be awesome. Really, really good. I'm actually gonna use it. I'm gonna download it as soon as we get it. All right.
Good one, Mike, to write the question directly to the CTO. So I guess he's already writing the code as we speak now.
Yeah. All right. So take it away. It'll be the last section, and then we're gonna have some time for more questions. So yeah, Martin, talk to us. How the event settings.
Yeah. So the event settings here is how you can integrate the membership with the event participation. So you can basically you can require paid and approved membership for both athletes and academies before they can participate in your events. So this is a way to limit access to events within your circuit if you so choose. And as you remember the certain steps, you can have free memberships that you just want to approve. You might just want to have those 10 academies in your area that are supposed to be in your events. So you might set them up as required academy membership, but the membership is for free. We just need them to be manually checked that they are okay. I know the Gracie Baja Federation checks only registered academies can be a part of it. On Australia, you must be, both the academy and the athletes must be approved and paid in order to participate in the events and the ranking. So I think the headlines are kind of self-explanatory and might be a bit tiresome if I read all the text out, but it says athlete registration, and then you have check boxes below that says what must be fulfilled or not. Athletes participation, academies participation. So this is very useful and it's very flexible. I know we have worked with a few federation and companies now with different views. Some wishes their events to be open to anyone, and some wants to have a tight-knit circuit where you have full control over who is who. So this is a very flexible way of running your events.
Let us know in the comments how you see about this feature. How would you use it? So let us know in the comments how you would set up your federation. Would it be open for everyone, or would you limit it to a certain type of athletes or academies? Let us know.
Well, one instance we have is in Sweden. In order to participate on Swedish Jiu-Jitsu events, you must be a member. The academy must be a member of the Swedish Federation. If the nationality of the academy is Swedish, but if it's an academy from another country, then the membership rule does not apply, and that is what we have in the bottom here. It says only for selected countries. So you can choose membership and only Sweden, and then your federation will require membership from all Swedish academies, but from no foreign academies. Let's say you have an international competition and you don't really have any information about the UK academies and whatever. So you just keep it within your country and welcome outside competitors if that is your choice.
So we get a question here that I would like to bring up to everybody. We want competitions to be open to members and to non-members, but we only want members to show up in the rankings. Is this possible? Let me think.
Isn't that the way it is? Maybe Martin can answer. I would guess that is the way it is, but I can't swear. I will need to check that out, or maybe Martin can check that out in the comments.
Yeah, it's a good question. Sorry if we're not able to answer everything, but Smoothcomp is growing a lot, so we have different parts of the company now working with different things. So Martin and I are not on top of all the features, but yeah, I understand what you mean, and yeah, let's see if Martin can answer this question. All right, moving on. We talked about the event settings. We have custom data here as well. We have categories here as well. This is what I talked about in the beginning. You could actually set up events to be part of a national circuit or an international circuit, or if you have something called a Grand Slam, for instance. So when people are browsing your first page, they will be able to just filter for all the national events. So that's what the event categories are for. And here again, we talked about this before. You can create your seasons. Let's say I create another season called Season of 2020 or 2019, like this. Now I have two seasons, but I want one of them to be my current season. I can just make that selection here, make current season. So when going back to the ranking, I would default this drop down here to show the 2019. That was hard to say for me. 2019 season. So the default section automatically puts it on top, so that when people go to the ranking page, they will see the current season at the top. But here, of course, you have your history. So if you have been using it for a while, you will have all your previous seasons listed as well. All right. I think that's enough for now. There's a lot of information here, of course. So do you have anything else you want to add, Martin, regarding the platform?
I just want to say on YouTube, the previous webinar, I have made chapters of the webinar. So if you open up the first comment on each webinar, you will be able to navigate to a section that is interesting to you. If you don't like reading through text and knowledge-based articles, you can check the previous webinars. And of course, when this webinar is up, I will chapterize this as well. So you will be able to navigate to each section of what we have talked about convenient. So you don't have to watch the full hour to get what you need.
We actually get a response here. Our CTO is Martin is answering this question here. So he says, I think it's not possible right now, but it takes everyone from all the events. But it's a great idea. And then he says, yeah, it would be easy to implement. So please contact Martin, Mike. I guess you already read this. I'm just showing it for everyone. So yeah, as you see, we can adjust. We're pretty agile in that sense that we always try to listen to you guys. And if you come up with something that is good for you and that could benefit the whole platform, we are very happy to try and put that into our roadmap. Sometimes if it's a bigger feature and you have an urgency, we charge for the customization, but usually don't, because that's how Smoothcomp works. We try to grow together with you guys, together with our organizers. You're making the platform better, so sometimes somebody brings in a new feature and it benefits everybody else, and then like it goes both ways. And we of course add in a lot of feature. Actually, our developers are working every day on adding things on the back end as well as the front end. And currently we've been working a lot with secure customer authentication law, making online payments much safer for the customer. So that's been taking a lot of our resources the last couple of weeks actually. But we're done. We have made Smoothcomp ready for that, so we're compliant with that law. And now we're moving into the next project, which is our live streaming features. So we're making a lot of new adjustments for the live streaming. Has anybody tried our live streaming? Let us know in the comments and what you think about it. We absolutely love it. I'm going to use it in my event here in 3 weeks. You can just use an iPad or an iPhone and then just stream your mat, and you have the scoreboard integrated. So very, very nice project. Do we have any more questions now? It could be regarding anything. It could be about the Federation platform or questions for us. Let us know. We'll be here. We get the question here. Just let me read about it first. All right. Hello, Manuel. Yeah, you're having your first event in Japan. I actually helped you guys a little bit here during this week. Do we have any restrictions on equipment when traveling from US to Japan? Could anybody else answer that? I don't think so. I think you would be able to bring your computers and bring your iPads or anything. I don't know if I can answer that really. Do you have any input, Martin?
No, sorry. That's not really my area, I must say.
But Manuel, I don't think there will be a problem. I mean, I guess you need to bring your computers, and if you can bring computers to another country, and if you have iPads or some basic equipment, no problem. So yeah, go ahead and good luck. It's going to be great for you guys. So Johan asks, are you supporting Euro now? Is the scoreboards up to date? Yes, we are definitely supporting Euro. Our scoreboards are up to date, and of course, if you find something when you try, let us know. But our scoreboard developer is doing an amazing job making sure that the scoreboards are up to date, adjusted to the latest rules. We're adding a lot of scoreboards now. We're adding a kickboxing scoreboard. We're actually adding a wrestling scoreboard now. It's a major project for us, but we're adding Olympic wrestling as a scoreboard. So look out for that when we launch it. But yeah, Johan, yeah.
Also, we are trying to launch the scoreboard application, that you download the scoreboard program to your laptop, which is a requirement in order to live stream. It will give you an automatic spectator screen without visible controls, as well as a moderator screen where the table staff are operating the scoreboard with the controls open at all times. So it's much more convenient to work from.
We have a really important question here that I would like to address. It's my good friend David Heller. Hi, David. Is Martin in the Amazon jungle? Yeah, actually he is.
This is the Borneo office, actually. So
yeah, he's in the jungle.
Thanks for noticing. We tried before from the Manhattan office, but it didn't work.
No. All right. Yuan asks again, do we have team events for judo? Well, not like out of the box. We are on the roadmap. We have something called team competitions. We will bring this to Smoothcomp, so you will be able to add, register a team of players, and a team of players can compete against another team. So I know you use this a lot in judo. I actually ran a team event in my event in March using Smoothcomp, but it's kind of a little workaround at the moment. But make sure that we are bringing team competitions to Smoothcomp, and it's on the roadmap. It's quite a big project, but you can use it now, but it takes some workaround to make sure that you have everybody in. Yeah. How's the jungle, Martin?
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
That was funny. Do we have any more question for us? Thanks a lot for joining in, guys. We really enjoy doing these webinars. There's a lot of fun going live like this, and to see that you guys are interested in the product. So happy to be doing this and working with Smoothcomp and helping you guys and kind of doing the things that we're doing right now is very, very satisfying, I must say. So we're very, very happy that we have your support, and we are very motivated to keep bringing new features all the time. And as I said before, if you have some specific requests or anything that you think could benefit you or the whole federation, don't hesitate to contact us. Yeah, hi Brian. You said you're getting ready to launch the scoreboard app. Should we not be using that yet? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's of course ready to. What I meant is that we would like organizers to move over to the scoreboard app in favor instead of using the web app. So that's the intention of what I said. Sorry about not being clear enough. I think since we started Smoothcomp, we have the web scoreboard for a few years now. So most customers are still using that, although the program is available.
Damien, thank you very much. Thank you for joining in, man. I had the pleasure of working with Damien when I was working with them in the States. So yeah, good to see you here. Thank you for joining in. Gina says, thank you for the info. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for being a part of the webinar. George, thanks for all the information. Thank you. So at the end, we should not forget this. We have a limited offer. It runs for 24 hours. So if you are interested in the Federation platform, if you think that this is something that you want to start working with, and if you become a Federation either basic or premium customer, we will actually give you the first month for free. So sign up now and you will get your first month for free, and then we'll help you get started. If you are a Federation platform customer, you get kind of automatically upgraded to a little bit higher support standard. We will make sure that your Federation is as you like. We have a great knowledge base, we have video tutorials, but we will help you. We will make sure that you get a good start. So don't hesitate to start using the Federation platform, even if it can be kind of a lot of information like this, but we will help you. So don't hesitate, and we'll give you the first month for free, just for joining in for this webinar. Thank you very much, Damien. We are very happy to have NewBreed as customers as well. We're happy for all our customers. We want the best for you guys. We don't take any sides. We just want everybody to be happy and to run smooth events. That's the whole idea with Smoothcomp. Combat sports needs a good software, and we believe we have the best one out there. So thank you very much for your support. All right, that was a little bit more than an hour, 70 minutes. If you don't have any more questions, we're going to start wrapping up now. We can stay here a little bit longer, but thank you very much for joining in. And then I'll see you for the next webinar. Look out for Webinar Wednesday coming in soon. We don't have a set date yet, but we will let you know.
Let us know if you have any suggestions for areas to cover in the next webinar.
Logan Smith says, are there any possibilities to avoid sandbagging with the new features?
I think we have something we can activate with you as a Federation manager checking the progression of belts, which is not today connected to the entries on the actual event, I'm afraid, but the data will be visible to you. You will be able to see if somebody is a orange belt or not. It's not quite there yet. But the reason this is, we have gotten this question before, but we are not a government entity. We don't check belts. We don't control belts over the system, Smoothcomp. We are the software. So if a federation wants to take control and monitor belts, that can be done within the Federation platform, but not globally on Smoothcomp. So we can see, I think Martin needs to launch a feature there, but it's more or less ready to be able to have belts as documentation on the membership profile.
Regarding sandbagging, I guess a good check when they do their weigh-in, then that could kind of eliminate that. You can always, if you feel suspicious about somebody, then you can always click to their profile. So you can always kind of find the data from that athlete, so you can see their track record. That might be some help if you have somebody that you believe is sandbagged. If you're not familiar with the word sandbag, it means that somebody that is should have a higher belt maybe, but they were not promoted. Common in jiu-jitsu, for example.
Or even as in this case, I assume that people actually register for, let's say, beginners when they have a higher belt than what would indicate a beginner. Yeah.
Thank you, Logan. Yeah, that's how we see our role in this in combat sports community. That, as Martin said, we're not a regulatory body. We're just here to give you the tools. All right. I think that's it. Thank you once again, and I see you in the next webinar. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to click that notification and subscribe button on YouTube, and the same thing with our page, so you don't miss any news. Good luck with your events. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. Take care.